So Maestro is 6 mana, 6/5 Warlock, Taurus, Battlecry, discover a hero card from the past. Oh yeah, yeah. Chat, what do you guys think of this card? I think it's bad, but maybe if the, like, I think Taurus have a pass regardless because if Warlock is good, then like it doesn't matter. I think the card's just bad, but well, I guess we'll have to really, I don't know if we've ever truly had a card from, or that has ever said discover a hero card from the past, right? Because like there's a lot of really mediocre hero cards. Anyways, the reason why this is important is because the Warlock cards came in. So let's go take a peek. Let's see what Warlock's got today. Health drink. Why is it in quotations? Do not exceed recommended daily serving size of 0 grams. LOL. 3 mana. Lifesteal. Oh my god. I don't know what that word was. Deal 3 damage to a minion. 3 drinks left. Okay, so this is Drain Soul, but it's a Fel spell instead of Shadow, and it costs 3 mana, but you get 3 of them. That feels like it's good. That's not bad. 1 card for heal 9, spend 9 mana, and it's a Fel spell. There might be like there's like Fel synergy currently in Standard, isn't there? It's definitely not bad. I feel like you would play it in like very specific decks. I have to see that again. These cards are tough because it really depends on what the whole package is, you know. Only this could go face, but I understand why they didn't. Announce Darkness. 2 mana. Replace your hero power and non-warlock cards with warlock ones. They cost 1 less. So this is like reverse of Renounce. Replace your hero power and non-warlock cards with warlock ones. They cost 1 less. This is a weird one because, okay, so hold on. In Rogue, this card's interesting because of Tess, right? Do you want to run this in Warlock? Like, is there ever a reason to go full neutral? Play this card as your only Warlock cards and then just see what happens? Because that's kind of sick. Does that mean your hero power also costs 1? Like a 1 mana life tap? At least your hero power and non-warlock cards with warlock ones, they cost 1 less. Based on the reading, it does. That's probably not great. Okay, you probably don't play that in Warlock. If you're being competitive, I mean, this card's not competitive at all, right? In Rogue, replace your hero power and non-warlock cards with warlock ones. See, it's interesting because I believe Renounce Darkness only does class cards. So this is like, your deck would have to be really bad for you to want to like do this, but it's fun. Renounce Darkness is fun. Interesting. Free hero power with Gen Greymane. So in Wild that works. In Standard, I believe the Gen and Baku will be rotating out at some point because I don't know. Still garbage because you want to run it with Tess, but you can't run Tess. Yeah, I feel like, I mean, they definitely designed these cards so it's not consistent, right? Like, this is definitely like a wacky ass card, but it's cool because 2 mana to replace your deck and get warlock cards that cost 1 less could be really, really interesting. It's probably bad, but in the grand scheme of like fun, like this is cool. Like you'd play this to have fun. I really wish what they would do cards for this, like what they would do for cards like this is make it a quest or like make it start in your opening hand, because I think like if this card was consistent, I don't think that's a bad thing. And I think it's exactly what people want to do with something like this. I don't know. It's probably not real, but cool. Summoner Dark Marrow. Some people say your name can influence what career you go into. Summoner Dark Marrow is not one of those people. What? Oh, this is the Death Knight tourist. Okay. 4 mana 4/4 undead. Your death rattles trigger twice. After you play a death rattle minion, destroy it. That's a very scary card. That's an incredibly scary. Dude, this is Baron Rivendare and Umbra in the same card. And you get to put death rattle, you get to put Death Knight cards in your deck? No, this has to be nuts. I don't know what Death Rattle's Warlock currently has. I'm sure they printed other Warlock cards in this set, but like that seems really strong. In Rogue, like this, oh no, you can't run this in Rogue. You can't run this in Rogue. Okay, I was almost about to go on a tangent here. We'll come back to this because again, I have to see Death Knight cards, but I also just want to see what other Death Rattle cards there are in this set. Eat the Imp. No need for flavor text and seasoned perfectly. Okay. 2 mana, destroy a friendly minion to draw 3 cards and it's fire. Whoa! 2 mana to draw 3. I guess you need a minion. That seems very good. 2 mana to draw 3. And off like that seems like a negative, but sometimes you just want to kill your death rattle minions. That's kind of good. It's also really good with the Kraken that's currently in the game, right? That's nuts. I think that's a very good card. And Rogue, do you want this? I don't know if Rogue's really lacking that much on draw, right? Like let me just double check what Rogue got. Rogue got, did they get draw? They got the location. Oh, maybe actually, okay. I mean, that maybe I can actually see this maybe being played. Because it also works with Seashell, right? Oh, I gotta remember, Seashell's a part of this game now because every Warlock card is now 2 mana cheaper. Okay, very interesting, very interesting. Okay, hold on, we'll come back to this card too. I gotta see the full set here. 3 mana, 1/6, Sacrificial Imp. Death rattle, if it's your turn, summon a 6/6 imp with taunts, and it's a demon. Oh, that's really interesting. Okay, so I don't know if you guys remember in Knights of the Frozen Throne, there was cards that said if it's your opponent's turn, do this thing. But now this is the reverse, and it feels like this is a way better design because now your opponent actually has to make a decision, which is really cool. Yo, JFK, that's awesome, bro. Welcome, man. Pretty good. It's good that they learned from what Knights of the Frozen Throne had problem with. So if your opponent doesn't kill this, you have a death rattle minion that you can kill. But if your opponent does kill this, you also get a 6/6. The question is this card worth running? I'm at a 1/6 with it's your turn, so I'm gonna 6/6 imp. Really interesting. I'm not sure if you want to run this. You would never run a 3 mana 1/6 demon. Like that sounds awful. Like you kind of have to force your opponent to answer this. I guess you trade up. Yeah, you constantly trade, right? I don't know, man. I guess you like eat the imp and then do this. So like, in other words, it's like 5 mana, draw 3, summon a 6/6. That seems good. I guess you have the Taurus to double to do 2. I mean, let's be real here though. This is 2024 Hearthstone. Am I really that worried for my opponent to play something like this? I don't know, man. Interesting. It's a cool design. Continue. We'll come back to this. Cursed Souvenir. I mean, a 5 mana 6/6 draw 3 with previous spell. Yeah, like, but so like in that case, you need 2 cards. You need 2 cards. You need to have the turn to play it. It could be good. Maybe I'm really undervaluing how good of an effect this is. I mean, it could be good. Let's see what this is. Cursed Souvenir. Most souvenirs are considered tacky and soulless. This one is certainly not one of those things. Okay. 2 mana, give a minion +3/+3. At the start of your turn, deal 3 damage to your hero. 2 mana for +3/+3. And I'm going to call it a negative. That seems relatively strong. What's the card that destroys a friendly minion and destroys an enemy minion? It's from Titans. I know what you're talking about. That's actually pretty good. Yeah, the Titans card's really strong with this too. Wait, this card might be just really strong. +3/+3. Man, +3/+3 is nuts. We had 1 mana, give +4/+4 back in Classic, but that died at the end of the turn. So one more mana, -1/-1, but you deal 3 damage and your minion stays alive. So the tempo is really strong. And it's very annoying. It fits really nicely into like self-damage Warlock right now too. But also put it on an opponent's creature. That's true. That's a cool OTK, man. Wait, that's kind of awesome. Wait, imagine getting lethal like that. That's actually really cool. feel like this card's really strong. Versatile. A lot of ways to utilize it. The theory damage is almost like whatever. You can make really like you can make one drops into. Yeah, the curve is nuts though, dude. If you have a one drop and you play this, that's fucking nuts. I think a 2-mana 3/3 is really strong. And Rogue might want those. God, that seems really strong. I'm really worried. Please explain why the opponent's turn is bad, but your turn is good. So it could be the cards that they made for Knights of the Frozen Throne. Here, I'll pull one up. Hold on. Let me pull one up just so we can get context here. Because the cards they released for it were arguably pretty bad. Let me find the Paladin one because I know Paladin did it. Yeah, so Paladin had Fourman a 5/2 death battle. If it's your opponent's turn, summon a 2/2 ghoul. But what ended up happening is like your opponent would just ignore it, and then you would often have to trade for them, and then you're playing a 4-mana 5/2. So like they didn't care. But if it's on your turn, your opponent has to make a more interesting decision of like mitigating the weakness, which saves you 6 life, or they ignore it and you get the benefit because you can decide when this dies, which is cool. Like your choice matters more than your opponent's choice, which is really interesting. But in this case, both your decisions matter, which is awesome. I think this card's very good. I don't know if I explained it well enough, but I hope that makes sense. Is it time to bring back our boy Flame Imp? I mean, Flame Imp is playable right now, isn't he, chat? Dude, Flame Imp into this card is actually so nuts. 1 mana 3/2 deal 3. Turn after, you get a 6/5 that is 3 at the end of every single turn. But like, if I'm dealing 6 damage on turn 2 and the Flame Imp lives, like I think you lose. That's fucking nuts. Anyways, cool. I think it's a really well designed card too. I like the flavor. Like the flavor in this set is really interesting. It's really well done. Fearless Flame Juggler. This is incredibly easy with 6 arms. 2 mana 1/1. Battlecry gain stats equal to the damage your hero has taken this turn. It's a demon. Okay, so how much damage do you realistically need for this card to be good? 2 mana 4/4 I think is playable. So you need to take 3 damage. This in a Flame Imp is good on turn 3 then. Does it work with Blood Treant? Yo. If it works with Blood Treant, that's broken. Wait, that's so broken if it works with a Treant. Wait, that's like a turn 2? Even if you coin into it. Gain stats equal to the damage your hero has taken this turn. It doesn't? It confirmed it doesn't? Okay, saved. Saved. That would be so silly. That would be awful. That might have been the fastest you'll ever see. This is wild. Did they put anomalies back in standard? No, I've not. I'm just checking this out. Okay, anyways. So if let's say you were dealing with Flame Imp, that's what, 3 mana 4/4? 3 mana to get a 3/2 and a 4/4. That's not bad. They're both demons. I don't know. Himself, what's going on, brother? It's tough. Chat, what do you guys think about this card? This is tough. This would work with the +3/+3 card though, right? Nah, because this is at the end of your oh, it's at the start. Oh my god, my apologies. I thought it was at the end. Oh, that's fucking sick. Oh, that's sick. Wait, this card's nuts. This card has to be good. This card has to be good. It fits right into the Insanity Warlock deck, which makes me think it's really, really strong. Awesome. Rogue can also use this by hitting an enemy with their face. Yeah, so it's important to know, like, this one might be really good for Rogue. I'm not sure about this one, but maybe there's enough potential. Like, it's weird because the Rogue set doesn't really interact with what Warlock wants to do. Other than, like, this card. Actually, I don't know. I guess you have Treasure Hunter Eudora. Hold on. I'm going to go through the Rogue cards after again, just to double check if these are actually playable, but hold on. Fellfire Bonfire. That's a weird card name. I don't know why. Rarran lives in magical Christmas land where everything can be busted. That's incorrect. That's incorrect. Listen, when I did a video way back in the day with PVDR, like the guy who won like the world championship in Magic, he gave me a really good advice, which was when you review a card, immediately think it's bad, and then take that card and try to figure out why that card would be playable. So that's what I'm doing with this, right? A 2-mana 1/1 isn't great. It's not amazing. It's whatever. But then how can you make this card actually playable? And there's actually a lot of ways that this card ends up being very good, right? Now, it's very tough to evaluate whether or not it will be played, but it ends up being, there's a lot of potential with a card like this, right? And that's what I'm going for. I hope that makes sense. So it'd be a flame input that one. I think is like the best thing you can do. But there's other ways you can do it. Fellfire Bonfire, 4 damage, or 4 mana, deal 4 damage to a minion. If it dies, your next death rattle minion costs 3 less and it's fell. Deal 4 damage to a minion. Okay, 4 mana deal 4 is kind of meh. But if it dies, your next death rattle minion costs 3 less. Yo, I don't feel so good about this card, bro. This is kind of spooky. Long-time subscriber, do you plan on releasing more Hearthstone content unrelated to Standard and Wild? We will be doing another adventure challenge, I think, this week, which is like not to. Can I beat the Rise of Shadow one? No, Descent of Dragons thing without taking damage. 1 mana, deal 4 if you're holding a death rattle seems weak. How does that seem weak? Because in a sense, this is like ramping. But this is good in Rogue, isn't it? 1 mana, Julie the Kid. This is tough because it really depends on the death rattle minions given. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to come back to this card again because I gotta see the full set before we talk about this. It almost feels like they're building up to something. Party Planner Vona. She's known for her popular occult ritual to summon an otherworldly being parties. Okay, that's fun. I wish I was invited. Thanks a lot. For 6 mana 4/4 battle card, if you've taken 8 damage on your turn, summon Ouroboros. Isn't Ouroboros the snake that like eats itself like continuously? Isn't that what that is? 8 mana 8/8 taunt. Death rattle, give a minion in your hand death rattle, summon Ouroboros. 8 mana 8/8 taunt. Death rattle, give a minion in your hand death rattle, summon Ouroboros. Oh, so it literally is just continuous. Kind of so good. If I could watch it all day, what would be the best way to send you suggestions or recommendations for content? It's a suggestion channel in the Discord or DM me on Twitter, but I'm the worst at replying, but I promise you I do read them. You could stack them because it says next, not next turn for this. Yeah, you're right. It doesn't say this turn, right? This is tough because I feel like this card's really strong if you get it going. Because how many answers in this game are there? I mean, the Titan for Yogg Stonks went hella up. Because if you steal the minion that has Ouroboros on it, like you're crying. Reno is also just nerfed, right? If you've taken 8 damage on your turn, summon Ouroboros. That's pretty fucked. 6 mana to get 4/4 and a taunt that's 8/8, plus you have to deal with it later. Would Vona be good in Spectral Cutlass deck Rogue? Yes, it would. It would. In Rogue? God, that's so interesting. Because you have this for Rogue too. Like, I think this card's very strong. That's such a weird design for war. Like, I don't know. How do I feel about this? I'm kind of like baffled this is made. Because again, this is one of those cards that genuinely feels like if you just don't have an answer, you lose. Like on the spot. It almost feels like not Dino Tamer, D Minor. I hardly know a brand. But like in the right matchup, you just lose. And this doesn't seem hard at all. That's pretty sick. I don't know, man. I feel like this is very good. Chat, what do you guys think? This seems really good. Yo, Doobie Pops, thanks for the sub, bro. Welcome, man. Feels good. Feel the game right now has too many answers to this kind of card. What answers this card? Royal Librarian, I guess. Silences. You have Reno, you have Yogg. I can't think of any other card though. Dude, imagine getting this in Arena. Chat, imagine getting this in Arena. Oh my god, Dred's gonna shit his pants. What I like about it is that you never really have to pay for Ouroboros. It just hits the Titan in your hand and comes out naturally while playing. Yeah. in classic Hearthstone, bro, this would be like 10 mana. Dirty Rat. I mean, if you Dirty Rat this, that feels so good. Reverberations, I guess, yeah. There's a card coming out in this expansion that counters it in neutral. Okay, good. Okay. Okay, cool. I mean, it's cool. I like the card. I think it has potential. That's very interesting. Whatever cards get the death rattle works with the previous fell spell. Does it actually? Oh, that's kind of fun. Okay. We'll come back to this again. I gotta see the whole set here. Party Fiend, 1 mana, 1/1, Battlecry summon 2 1/1 Fell Beasts. Deal 3 damage to your hero. These demons? This is broken. This is broken. This is such a good card. What the fuck? Yo, I play this over Flame Up, I think. The reason why this is better, in my opinion, is because you almost guarantee get the stack on for Cursed Souvenir. Like, your opponent doesn't have to answer just a 3/2 anymore. They have to answer 3 1/1s. And if you're going first, that's so awful to play against. Holy moly. Maybe a bit stickier, though. It depends on the context of what you mean stickier, because sometimes I would argue that classes sometimes have a harder time dealing with 3 minions that are 1/1s than 1 minion that's a 3/2. You know what I mean? You get 3 corpse when you visit Death Knight. That's also true. We haven't seen Death Knight yet. Dude, Warlock looks really good this set. Is that just me? I feel like every card I've seen, I'm like, okay, I can definitely see it being played. There's just like, yeah, this card's so interesting. How many good death? Okay, let me look at Rogue real fast. So what card would I want in Rogue? This is fine in Rogue, but I'm not sure if you really need it. Cursed Souvenir seems like the only one I would really want to keep. Can you make Party Planner Vona work? I guess you could with Spectral Cutlass Rogue or some kind of weapon rogue and just take damage. Yo, the Rogue's gonna be so fun this set. Dude, chat, Rogue's gonna be so fun. You play Tess Cutlass, you add Maestra, and you add Party. And probably Health Drink. Oh, I'm so excited for Rogue. That seems actually so fun. Oh, this is cool, man. No, Rogue's gonna be good. I really like it. And we still have to wait for Death Knight cards, right? That's cool, man. Does the Taurus card work with Tess? You would get the 6/5. No, you wouldn't get the 6/5. You would get the hero from the past. Right? So like if you discover a minion or a hero that's not in the standard set, that's not from Rogue. Wait, I just realized something. Do you only get, is it only biased towards Rogue? Because like Discovery is usually only biased towards your class. I'm hoping that it doesn't have a bias. Does anyone know? SPK, oh my god, I was saying here, Kemasama. What's up, bro? From another class. I'm blind. You're so right. Oh my god. You're right, you're right. Oh shit. Wait, what happened? Oh, I blacked out, chat. What happened? Okay, anyways. I also just want to check out Death Rattles for one sec. Chat, I was seeing if you guys were awake. Classic teacher move. And engagement farming. Okay, now the real question is, does anything work with AFK? Does anything work with AFK yet or no? Or are we still missing the fucking juice? Wait! Does this card fucking get the enchantment if Ouroboros gets on it and it only comes back? Wait. Dude, this card is so broken. This card is so broken. How is this 1 mana? Wait, that's so illegal. I hate this card. That feels disgusting, right? Like, doesn't that just feel awful to play against? Oh my god, like that's a win condition in itself, which is really funny. It's gonna be really curious to see how people end up building Warlock this set, because there's so many options. Warlock has a really cool set right now. Turbo does slow to buff and shuffle it and draw again. I mean, not really. Like, I guess, but like it's not actually that bad. The snake has taunt. Rogue has plenty of rush minions. I could see a list where that dumb card is in Rogue. Oh, I could absolutely see where this card's in Rogue. This card's good, dude. If it turns out that like if we've learned anything from the Demon Seed, it turns out that taking damage on your turn isn't actually that difficult for Warlock, and Rogue actually has a method of doing it by swinging into stuff. So like I feel like this is very easily just turn 6 you get that, right? A creature with all types is changeling, my favorite type to play with. Wait, changeling is the word? I'm really excited to see how good that actually ends up being. I mean, Warlock looks good, let's be real here. And it'll be interesting to see how good it ends up being with Death Knight, which Death Knight is released today, chat. Which it will be really, really exciting. So that's cool. That's really, really exciting.